Congratulations, you've matched with somebody on Tinder, Hinge, or Bumble, or you've met somebody organically and you're gonna go out on a date. So in this video, I'm gonna reveal the 7 rules on how to nail your first date, because if you don't get this right, there will not be a second date, I guarantee. So keep watching, because these 7 rules, you cannot break any of these if you want your first date to go off with perfection, and most importantly, see yourself having a second date with this person. All right, if you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Kane. I'm the Silver Bachelor. This channel is 100% dedicated to dating advice for older guys and the women that want to understand them. If you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button and the notification button, because I'm dropping videos every week. Woo! Okay, so it looks like you're going to have a first date with this person, and you're probably nervous, excited, all these things, right? And these 7 rules, you have to pay attention to every single one of these 7 rules if you want the best chance to have a second date. All right, so let's get into this. Number 1 is you need to take care of the details, okay? You need to be the leader and book the day, the time, and the place. Don't be asking her, oh, what do you want to do? What do you feel like doing? Nothing. You come straight up and you go, hey, look, I'd like to take you out on a date. I was thinking this particular place. I hope you're okay with seafood. Let's say, because it's a seafood place, on Friday at 7. What do you think? Or on Tuesday at 6. What do you think? Right? So you take the lead of the day, the time, and the place. Ideally, this place that you choose is a kind of a swanky place, and it's got a vibe, okay? Because women will be judging you on these details and where you take her on the first date. It does not have to be a fancy place at all, okay? I do not recommend taking her to some steakhouse or anything expensive, but I also don't recommend Cheesecake Factory, Waffle House, or any places like that. You could just take her to a swanky coffee shop, right? Now, I would say those dates are best on the weekend in the afternoon for like a brunch, but that coffee shop better have a vibe. Maybe they have a DJ at this coffee shop. Just women love a place that has a vibe, or it's swanky, but take care of the details, okay? Number 2 is book your dates either from Tuesday to Thursday or brunch on the weekends. Why? Because weekend evenings are reserved for Chad. If she says yes to your date on a Friday or Saturday night, then kudos to you, but you run a high risk of her canceling last minute when Chad slips into her DMs, okay, or her phone. And so this has happened to me many, many times. I recommend happy hour. She doesn't have to know it's happy hour, but you book a place between Tuesday and Thursday, between 4 and 6, and usually you will get significantly discounted drinks and food, and they have a specific happy hour menu. Most women love happy hour. The only issue with happy hour is the time, the 4 to 6. A lot of people are working still 4 to 6, so that might not work. But if you do it in the evening, Tuesday to Thursday, but most importantly, I'm going to leave you with this tip on this one. Ask her these questions. First, ask her if she has any food preferences, okay? Because you don't want to take her to a seafood place and she has an allergy to shellfish, right? Also, this is super, super important. Ask her what her work schedule is typically throughout the week. If her day off is Wednesday and Monday, well, then go out the night before so that you can stay up later, and maybe there's a chance she'll come back to your place or you'll go to her place. So, but in general, Tuesday to Thursday typically are really great times or days to go out on dates. Also, Saturday or Sunday for brunch. All right, number 3, and this one I've rarely heard of, and I've done this many times myself, and that is to offer her transportation. You could offer to pick her up, but if it's the first date, she's most likely going to be thinking of her safety because she doesn't know who you are. So I've always offered transportation like Uber or Lyft, and 9 out of 10 times they take me up on that and they say, oh, thank you so much. That's so great. They see you as a gentleman. Now they don't have to worry about parking. They don't have to worry about drinking if they want to have some drinks, and drinking and driving and all of that. So Make sure that you offer her transportation because it'll set you apart from 99% of men. Number 4 is to clean your car and clean your place. It is insane to me how many men leave it to chance when they don't clean their car like immaculately and clean their apartment immaculately before the first date. You may be thinking, well, Silver Bachelor, she's not coming over to my house, or I'm going to get her transportation. You have no idea what's going to happen. Let me tell you this, what happened to me one time. So one time I didn't clean my place for like a week. I don't know, I was lazy that week. And I had a first date and she was hot blonde. She was, I think, 27. And this was like last year. And I'm 52 at the time recording this video. And so, yeah, age gap doesn't matter. She was cute. She was into me. And so we meet for a couple drinks and some hors d'oeuvres at this restaurant. And she Ubered there. I didn't know this, but she Ubered there. And I Ubered to meet her. So then towards the end of the date, I asked her where she parked. She said, oh, I Ubered here. And I said, oh, okay. And then she's like, well, do you want to go back to your place for a drink? This was the first date. And I was embarrassed. I was embarrassed because I knew my place was messy. And I was like, shit, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Anyways, I said, well, I would love that. However, just know I didn't have a chance to clean up my place yet. But you're still welcome to come over, but please don't judge me. And so she just laughed. I was embarrassed because my place was not clean the way I normally keep it clean. So there's an example of clean your car, clean your place before the first date, because you never know how that date's going to end. All right, number 5 is to dress like a bad boy. The worst thing you can do is dress like a dad, right? Dress like an old man. If you see any of these guys on TV, so Matt Walsh, right? Or anyways, I'm just going to focus on Matt Walsh for a moment because I'm losing my train of thought. But if you look at guys like Matt Walsh, for example, he dresses like a dad, and you want to establish sexual attraction right away and desire. Women love the bad boy look. So you might be thinking, Silver Bachelor, okay, that's all fine, but what are some examples of looking like a bad boy? Okay, just throw in some examples. If you have a nice leather jacket, okay, and it's, let's say, a motorcycle jacket kind of thing, and you wear a t-shirt underneath that, maybe it's a Matrix shirt, maybe it's a Godzilla shirt, maybe it's a Star Wars, doesn't matter, right? And you have jeans, they could have holes in the knees or not, it's up to you, sneakers or boots, okay? When I say sneakers, they better be nice looking sneakers, not like fashionable sneakers, not just a regular Nike sneaker. So you can go with boots. So you might be thinking, well, Silver Bachelor, if I do wear a t-shirt like Star Wars or something, she's just going to think I'm like a big kid. You know what? This is all about not giving a fuck. It's all about being you, and she's going to look at you and go, damn, this guy's got balls wearing a Star Wars shirt on a date. And you don't give a fuck. And if anything, she might say, oh my God, I love Star Wars, dude. Have you been to Comic-Con and all these things? So that's what I usually do. When I go on a first date, by the way, depending on the weather, I usually will wear a black shirt, jeans. Ideally, those jeans have holes in the knees and really nice looking sneakers. I do not dress up for my first dates, and that's what I wear. And never once have I had a woman not like what I've worn. And even if she didn't like, too bad, move along. All right, number 6 is to smell delicious. Yeah, you need to spend some time in figuring out the best fragrance on your skin, okay? And go to a place like Sephora and spray 4 samples. 1 sample on the wrist, on the outside of your hand, on the wrist, outside of your hand, 4 different samples. Remember where they were placed. Go to Sephora, do that, walk out for an hour, come back and ask the girls that are there which one smells best on your skin, and choose a fragrance based on what your skin actually smells best with, not what you think it smells best with, all right? And number 7 is to groom your hair and your nails. I see many men with long fingernails. It's disgusting. So trim your fingernails down short, and trim your ear hairs and your nose hairs and your unibrow. Get rid of that. Like basic hygiene, guys, but so many men fuck up this way and their grooming sucks and they look like a homeless person, okay? The bonus tip I'm going to leave you with is this: phone notifications, okay? I'm assuming you're going to have a phone with you. Keep the phone on vibrate, put it in your back pocket, or put it face down at the bar. If you leave your phone up, facing up on the bar, and you're sitting at a bar with her on the first date or at the table, doesn't matter, and she sees texts, Jessica, Lisa, doesn't matter. She sees texts from other women and she's going to notice you looking at it. She's going to think either A, you're a player, or maybe that's your wife. So there's nothing good that's going to come out of her seeing notifications on your phone. So I suggest flip your phone over, or better, keep it in your back pocket on vibrate, because if you want to check your phone at some point during the date, then do it when you're going to the restroom. So at some point in the date, you can say, oh, I'm just going to go to the restroom. I'll be right back. Then you can check your phone, but never check your phone in front of her, let alone leave it up so she can see the notifications. All right. Hope these 7 rules were helpful, and I want to hear from you in the comments what you think about this. All right, we'll see you next time.